Hey you guys, welcome back to Alleyways, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you know when I have new content. So for today's video, I thought I would do something fun to get our mind off of being quarantined and all the stressful things that are happening and rank the Disney Cruise Line dining rooms. Now, what I'm going to do is compare the menus that are offered on Dream and the Fantasy. So that's essentially your Royal Palace, Enchanted Garden, Animator's Palette options. I'm going to go through and rank bread service, appetizer, entree, dessert. Then I'm going to do ambiance and overall award. I want you guys to play along, so you give your awards for the best in each category in the comments down below. Let's get started. Okay, also I forgot to add that I'm not going to include Palo and the quick service dining because I just wanted to compare those kind of main dining room options that everybody's going to have in standard rotational dining. I also should mention this is just to my taste. Not everybody has to like the same things. This is just what I like. I want to hear what you like. But first up for best bread service is definitely Animator's Palette. So in Animator's Palette for the bread service, what they offer is an herb focaccia and ciabatta bread with roasted garlic dip. And you guys, this bread is so delicious. I personally like the focaccia bread. It's one of my favorite types of bread, and the one in Animator's Palette is just so good. The roasted garlic spread that goes with it is incredible. I love it. And it's one of those things on the Disney cruise, you try not to fill up too much on the bread service because you know dinner's going to be so wonderful, but I always have to have a lot of bread when I'm in there. I also should mention that I love the bread in Royal Palace. The brioche there is so beautiful. The container that it comes out in looks like a carriage, which is just Disney magic. And I do also love the chickpea hummus that comes with the bread service in Enchanted Garden. So those are both noteworthy. But for me in this category, Animator's Palette takes the cake. You guys, this is making me wish so bad that I was on a cruise. This just makes me miss it so much more. I know I'm not the only one. I know you guys are feeling that, especially with everything going on right now. But this will be fun for us to remember the good times. Okay, next up is going to be appetizer. Now, my favorite appetizer goes to the ahi tuna and avocado tower in Enchanted Garden. I love sushi, and this just tastes like the best sushi that you have ever had. I really watch a lot of Michael K, and I saw he and his brother Dave each got like 3 ahi tuna and avocado towers, which I've never thought about doing before, but now that I saw they did it, I'm probably going to do it. I have to say this is really a close tie between the ahi tuna and avocado tower in Enchanted Garden and the black truffle pasta per sets in Animator's Palette. Those are so good that I think the next time I'm on board, I'm going to ask for an entree portion of the black truffle pasta per sets and have that as my dinner because it is actually one of my favorite things to eat on board. And an honorable mention is the deep fried brie with cranberry chutney in Royal Palace because it is so good. It's like the fanciest cheese stick you will ever eat in your life. It's so good. Moving on to best entree, and it's actually a tie between 2 dishes and 1 restaurant for me. It's a tie between the pan-seared sea bass and the scallops in Enchanted Garden. These are meals that I look forward to all year and are actually the best things that I have ever had anywhere. Hands down. The sea bass is so delicious. The fish taste is so mild. The searing on the outside is such a great texture, but the inside is soft and buttery. Amazing. The scallops there are so good. They are really on par with the scallops in Palo, in my opinion. And these 2 entrees are just perfection. So Enchanted Garden is the winner in this category. Next up is the dessert category, and once again we have a tie for the 2 best desserts but in 1 restaurant, and this time it's the Grand Marnier souffle and the creme brulee in Royal Palace. You guys, I have a major sweet tooth. I am somebody who loves dessert. I could wake up and first thing in the morning eat a piece of cake. I've always been like this, and for me on the Disney cruise, I always ration my way through dinner to make sure that I have room to eat every bite of dessert. And in Royal Palace, I always make sure to order both of these dishes because I just can't go without having both of them. The Grand Marnier souffle, just has the best flavor. It's so beautifully presented. It's a perfect puffy souffle with a great creamy kind of filling. And the creme brulee, you guys, is just perfection. The top is so crunchy and delicious. It comes with a beautiful macaroon, and the inside is creamy, but it does have the small grit of the vanilla bean in there that I love. It's the best creme brulee that I've ever had. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to bring Palo into this, but if I were going to bring Palo into this, I would also have to mention both their chocolate souffle and the amaretto souffle. And if I was comparing them to the one in Royal Palace, I don't know which one I'd pick. I, honest to goodness, can't say, because they are all so different and all so wonderful. And for those of you that maybe don't sail with Disney or just don't know how much work goes into the preparation of these dishes, you'll notice a lot of the souffles, especially in Palo, are rolled out on a cart, or when your server's carrying them out, they're very gentle. And on our last sailing, we learned that's because they don't want the souffle to vibrate on the platter, because it causes the souffle to fall, and they always want it to be presented with the souffle rising out of the ramekin. And that's just how much attention to detail there is in Disney. So if you're sailing soon, do not miss the souffle. Next up is the award for overall ambiance, and I'm gonna give this award to Animator's Palette. Now, if you are an all-adult party, it might not be the ambiance you're looking for. You might want something more like Royal Palace, Royal Court, Palo for a quieter, more kind of elegant atmosphere, but to me, Animator's Palette is just so special. It's so much fun. The design of this restaurant's incredible, and it's so interactive, and I don't want to give it away for people that haven't sailed, but there's an opportunity in Animator's Palette for you to have those really magical Disney moments interacting with characters in a way that will blow your mind. And you can just tell so much work went into the design of Animator's Palette, and you really get the spirit of Disney there. It's all about the art of animation, and it's just something that you can't experience anywhere else. And that's my favorite ambiance of all the dining rooms on board. Okay, now for best overall, and it's so hard to award this because all these restaurants are different and special in their own way and have their own things that are so unique and wonderful. And this is just dinner that we're talking about. We could do a whole nother video talking about breakfast, and if you guys want to, just let me know in the comment section down below. We'll make that happen. Best overall for me is Enchanted Garden. Now, I love Enchanted Garden for so many reasons. I love the ambiance, I love the decor, and I especially love the menu. It's so strong all the way from bread service through dessert. For me, it's the best menu. Between the ahi tuna and avocado tower, the scallops, the sea bass, the sticky date pudding, which we didn't even get to talk about on here, but which I love so much. You can't beat this menu. It's so delicious. It's so wonderful for me, for my taste. But I want to know which restaurant you guys like best. I love talking about this stuff. Let me know what you think. Give me your restaurants ranked, what dishes you love, what you can't wait to try again down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Let me know what you want to see next here on Alleyways. And as always, I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!